that how he can perform his service. And I pray that I may not be materially affected by my work, for thus I may be able to give up the false prestige of being a creator. A very, very important and a perfect example Lord Brahma is showing here. That when one is given some big responsibility, one of the biggest responsibility in this entire universe is the responsibility of Lord Brahma, because he has to create. And behind creation has to be the consciousness. So we can see from his words that how much his anxiety and how much effort he makes to execute his service. So he is making this request. In the matter of material creation, maintenance, and destruction, there are three incarnations of the material modes of nature: Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwar. But the Lord's incarnation as Vishnu in his internal potency is the supreme energy for all activities. Brahma is only an assistant in the matter of creation. Wanted to remain in his actual position as an instrument of the Lord, instead of being puffed up by the false prestige of thinking himself the creator. So Brahma is very cautious. He wants to only take the role of the assistant. Just Prabhupada is saying here that he is only an assistant in the matter of creation, because originally the creation is done by the Supreme Lord himself, Lord Vishnu. Brahma, who is only an assistant in the matter of creation, wanted to remain in his actual position as an instrument of the Lord, instead of becoming puffed up by the false prestige of thinking himself the creator. That is the way of becoming dear to the Supreme Lord and receiving his full benediction. Foolish men want to take credit for all creations made by them. But intelligent person know very well that not a blade of grass can move without the will of the Lord. Thus, all the credit for wonderful creation must go to him. By spiritual consciousness only can one be free from the contamination of material influences and receive the benedictions offered by the Lord. So this is very prominent, that we want to be recognized. The conditioned soul has this very deep, strong desire to be recognized as someone who has some skills, some qualities. He wants to be known. But here Brahmaji is setting the example that in the spiritual consciousness, we should always know that every activity is being performed under the direct direction and supervision of the Supreme Lord. Prakriti, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 3.27, Prakriti kriyamanani guna karmani sarvasha ahankar vimuratma kartam iti mamyate. Okay, we go to the next verse. नाभिहृदद् इह षटो अम्बसि यस्य पुंसो विज्ञान शक्तिरहमसम अनंत शक्तिः रूपम विचित्रम इदम अस्य विवर्णवतो मे मारिरिशिष्ट निगमस्य गिरिविसर्गः. The Lord's potencies are innumerable. As he lies down in the water of devastation, I am born as the total universal energy from the navel lake in which the lotus sprouts. Brahmaji is speaking about himself. and how he appears. I am now engaged in manifesting his diverse energy in the form of the cosmic manifestation. I therefore pray that in the course of my material activity, I may not be deviated from the vibrations of the Vedic hymns. So this is the caution, and this is the precaution that Brahmaji is himself accepting and applying. That I therefore pray that in course of my material activities, I may not be deviated from the vibration of the Vedic hymns. Every person engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord in this material world is prone to so many material activities. And if one is not strong enough to protect himself against the onslaught of material influences, he may be diverted from this spiritual energy. In the material creation, Brahma has to create all kinds of living entities with bodies suitable to their material condition. Brahma wants to be protected by the Lord because he has to contact many vicious living entities. An ordinary Brahmana may fall down from the Brahma Tejas or the power of Brahmanical excellence due to his association with many fallen conditioned souls. Brahma, as a supermost Brahmana, is afraid of such a fall down, and therefore he prays to the Lord for protection. This is a warning for one and all in the spiritual advancement of life. Unless one is sufficiently protected by the Lord, he may fall down from his spiritual position. Therefore, one has to pray constantly to the Lord for protection. What one has to do? One has to pray constantly to the Lord for protection and the blessing to carry out one's duty. Lord Chaitanya also entrusted his missionary work. Okay. Therefore, one has to pray constantly to the Lord for protection and the blessings to carry out one's duty. Lord Chaitanya also entrusted his missionary work to his devotees and assured them of his protection against the onslaught of material influence. Any example? Lord Chaitanya also entrusted his missionary work to his devotees and assured them of his protection against the onslaught of material influence. Give some examples. Where the Lord protected. Follow, it is not so difficult question. Okay, I'm going to the next. I'm feeling very sleepy. I'll take one more verse. Tomorrow also I have class in Panjabi Bagh temple. Try to sleep early and wake up tomorrow even more earlier. सासो अधब्र अधब्र करुणा भगवान विवर्धः प्रेमास्मितेना नयना अम्बुरुहाम. Very good. नयना अम्बुरुहाम विजर्भाम उत्थया विश्व विजयाय न च विषादम मध्या गिरापनायतात् पुरुष पुराणः. So what is his next request? The Lord, who is supreme and is the oldest of all, is unlimitedly merciful. I wish that he may smilingly bestow his benediction upon me by opening his lotus eyes. He can uplift the entire cosmic creation and kindly remove our dejection by sweetly speaking his directions. The Lord is ever increasingly merciful upon the fallen soul of this material world. The whole cosmic manifestation is a chance for all to improve themselves in devotional service to the Lord. And everyone is meant for that purpose. The Lord expands himself into many personalities who are either self expansions or separated expansions. The personalities of the individual soul are a separated expansion, whereas the self expansion are the Lord Himself. Transcendental bliss with the supreme form of bliss and knowledge. The liberated soul can join in this blissful reciprocation of predominator and predominated without materially concocted ideas. The typical example of such a transcendental exchange between the predominator and the predominated is the Lord's Ras Leela with the gopis. The gopis are predominated expansions of the internal potency. And therefore, the Lord's participation in the Rasa Leela dance is never to be considered like the mundane relationship of man and woman. It is rather the highest perfectional stage of the exchange of feelings between the Lord and living entities. The Lord gives the fallen souls the chance for this highest perfection of life. Lord Brahma is entrusted with the management of the complete cosmic show, and therefore he prays that the Lord bestow his blessing upon him, that he may execute its purpose. Okay, I'm not going any further. So we see here in this section how Brahmaji is showing his complete dependence and helplessness. He never considers himself capable to perform his service. So he is seeking empowerment. He is seeking the mercy through which he can conduct his service. Hare Krishna. So I will stop here. If you have any question or any comment, please make or any discussion. Please read this chapter, revise it. Okay, then we stop here. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.